concept, it cannot work.
Get inside a tree. Yes, down there. Thank you. It's okay, we don't. Straight down there. At the top.
Don't worry. I forget some of my characters.
Careful!
For the love of
You know, I did that once a couple of years ago.
Except
it was like 10 times worse. I determined to keep a lid
yeah,
on.
the thing is, it's live.
The problem is,
It's
on
alive.
stream.
turn the bubbles. All I did was redirect his head straight to my face. And then when I tried to re-angle it away from my face, continually just then sent it all around the room. And
It was.
That was a great opening. A very in character. I love it.
Molly breaking something.
How dare you?
So we're all a little bit broke.
Yes.
Have I ever been really fun?
I mean, kind of, I guess.
Right. How? I think I finished killing. Have you finished killing?
Yeah.
Have you finished killing? Have you? Right. So, hello everyone, welcome back to Tuesday's night, Sticks and Stones, Dungeons and Dragons. You join us after Sylveon has decided to explode the lemonade on the floor. Once again, I am joined by the fabulous and awesome,
Ray, hello!
Nova, hi.
and of course, Sylveon. Just a quick recap for those new people joining us and for those rejoining us from last week. We had found our intrepid adventurers within the Menagerie Coast, somewhere in a forest between Port Mura and the Troden Byway. Our intrepid adventurers had killed a ancient rare rats, got separated, found a horse, found some bees.
Not good.
Bad bees?
Bad bees.
Sorry, hornets. Hornets. The dreaded cannibal hornets. The dreaded cannibal hornets. After somehow managing to vanquish them, what do our party remember from last time?
So much. Oh, do you remember so much? There's a big hole in the tree, claw marks across the back, Chlamydius in the back, Eagle speaking in our minds. Whoa! He's got adapted up in there fixing, and is killed.
She's then invited us into.
Yeah, and there's loads of bears and wolves and direwolves here and things, and yeah, and then Sam turns into
He
you.
starts. No, he just
It's
starts.
your friend.
I don't. He started doing something.
Start turning into someone. That's the thing.
So yes,
I know that's up.
you managed to enter this tree where this owlbear, Chlamydius, starts to change, starts to quake, starts to shift. And hello. What do you mean you cannot hear a word? What do you mean
Just
you cannot?
listen better.
Oh god.
Is the volume on? Or is it
You're
red?
again when you have that mic.
The mic is on. I can see my fingers
Is it
in
the one
here.
that didn't work? That's on the right.
Let me
Can you bring it closer to me? Bring it closer. Bring it closer. Right, is the mic on? I cannot see from here.
My bad.
Mic is on. Hi, John.
We're down the wrong hole. I'm fine.
Oh, you're bad. You had me muted. Right.
There's a button on top of most things that's called a volume button. You can like press it and make it louder.
Right.
That's so mean.
Cool.
Right.
Right. Where was I? So yes, this owlbear, the so-called king of owlbears, starts to blend and shift and change and morph into a female dragonborn. Her scales crimson, her hair long and brown, eyes of green emerald. And this dragonborn is very noticeable to you.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Very noticeable to you, Nova. Because I've forgotten your character's name again. Sigurd. Very recognizable to you, Sigurd.
I'm gonna go do it with one.
Yeah.
Possibly go for a hug.
Hugs are indeed exchanged. It has been a while. How have things been keeping?
It's an odd, really. Not there anymore. Then rats sometimes.
You still have the rat issue.
Yeah. Other rat issues fine out, but
Oh, good. Good.
an owl bear now?
Oh, yeah. So, Pamidius, the king of bears, I found one day, being a druid and all, they were doing their things, patrolling their kingdom. Just turns out, that when I was in the area, very close, having a conversation, as you do with the wilderness people, and this is of the forest. Curse happened and we now sort of share a body. Yeah, so sometimes I'm me and sometimes I'm him.
You have control?
Yes. Sometimes I have to follow it. But Pamidius is a lot more powerful, shall we say. Not just a run-of-the-mill owl bear. But yes. Anyway, you don't look too well. You had some run-ins with the cannibal plague?
Yeah. I'm alright, I think. These two aren't. And they got attacked by the hornets as well, so Pamidius curse me to build his body or
Something else, Kirsten. No.
friends to the hornets first. How are you two doing?
Can you two please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh yeah. Ooh. This is so sweet. Like that. On save.
On save. 10.
Natural 20.
It's
21.
Ooh. With a 10, Odie, you start throwing up and not very steady on your feet. With a 21, fine for now, but you are feeling a bit ick.
It's like, ah, shit.
Feathers.
The bear and just.
It's a female red dragonborn.
Dragon bear. Bearborn.
Bearborn. Red dragon bearborn.
Red dragon bearborn.
Say that 7 times fast. It's okay. It's technically, yeah. I mean, this is cool. It probably eats it later.
Actually, yeah. Do we move on to that for the wonderful? How do we
I don't want to end up like
hornets?
adapted is. I want to be.
Would be better. Understandable. So, Beep is currently recovering after eating the only known cure for the venom of the carnivorous wasps.
I have some.
Yes, but you will be unconscious for about 12 hours. Possibly 24.
What is it?
No. Dreadful.
I'm gonna pick him up.
No,
and just
we never
go, right,
eaten it.
where is it?
Oh, you haven't eaten any blackberries out there, have you?
Yeah. I'm gonna put him down. What would be what am I thinking?
They're very poisonous.
Okay. So maybe other issue for later.
Yes, you make me a Constitution saving throw.
I just bring him. Mommy has some things to
Thank you for the hydrate, and no problem, Lilypop. No worries. Thank you. Great to see you here, by the way. Even if it's only for a short bit. Thank you for the hydrate. Remember to keep hydrated in all weather.
13.
With a 13, you're not feeling too good. You sort of feel your stomach twisting in knots.
Okay, so we're all not fine. How would we go about?
So you would need to eat this, and Castor hands to you each a dried brown root.
Lift it.
It smells very fragrant. Fine.
Do you want to swap? No.
Now eat this,
I feel like
and you shall start to yes.
I make it taste nice. I thought
If you must. You can okay, your root now tastes like blueberries.
like I'm gonna make it like you know when you eat an almond and it goes off?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh.
Mommy's currently sat in the.
Can I take this root over to the more later?
Okay, now
To start midway.
eat that.
Ow.
It's ginger.
So what have you fine?
It is dried, old, stale ginger. But it's also a very rare form of ginger that is used by alchemists everywhere to produce the most amazing of elixirs. But you don't know that because it tastes foul. Those who haven't been tasted. Yours tastes like off almonds. Yours tastes like blueberries.
What this doesn't work.
So,
Nope, I'm an ultrus.
so as you have digested this into your bodies, your vision starts to blur and fade and twist. You start seeing colours of greens and reds and purples and yellows. Your hearing starts to go in and out to high-pitched squeals and low-pitched growls. Your body starts to break out in an uncontrollable sweat. You get dizzy, your body feels heavy, your muscles are sore, and you all collapse where you are into cover. Rest.
What happens? Eyes gonna go out.
This is happening to you, Molly. Happening to all of you.
This is really the time that there's coming mushrooms.
So your bodies are now on the floor in this hole, this tree. Your vision's still swimming, your mind racing, and you all come to a sort of awareness that you're no longer in the forest, no longer in the tree, no longer, it seems, on the Menagerie Coast. You're in this vast plains, open desert. It seems to be all dry and dusty. The sand is yellows and oranges. There doesn't seem to be another living soul in sight. The sky is reds and golds and yellows as the sun is just setting upon the horizon. What do you do?
Yeah.
So you quickly check yourselves over. You don't seem to have your backpack. You don't seem to have your rations. You don't seem to have water bottles. Just seem to have your weapon and your armor and your clothes. Everyone roll me a Constitution saving throw.
In a weird ring. 11.
6. Natural 20.
So, with the 11 and the 6, you're so confused. You're so confounded by this. It's like, what the hell's going on? This feels real. This feels so real. You can feel the heat of the sand underneath your feet. You can feel the waves of the sun beating against your skin. You feel the sand as it gets into every orifice. Molly! What's Molly think of her 20 plus Constitution saving throw?
He doesn't like hand in place.
Molly is also trapped, thinking that this is completely real.
I try and do the normal dream check. And just kind of put my hand to see if it's a dream.
So you keep clapping your hands against each other. It makes sounds. You can feel your hand.
Don't touch me.
You know, you can feel the sand racking you in the face as the breeze kicks it up into your face.
Books. The other one's books, right? Read books. Same book.
Well, I would like to have my book with me. That would be
What
wonderful.
kinds of books?
I think we have a couple of options. Number 1, sand castles. Good option. Okay. Yes. Number 2, digging holes.
Are you actually digging a hole?
Maybe.
Maybe a strength check.
Or number 3, take a direction and walk in it. I recommend not into the wind.
6.
You can't seem to dig. Every time your hand goes into the sand, it sort of falls back on itself and falls back on itself and falls back on itself. You're just seeming to shift the sand to and fro.
That's very funny.
Yes. Well, that's the rules out sand castles and digging holes, so I suppose walking.
But as I say, the sun is just setting. Or it seems
Is there anything in the distance?
not anything obvious unless you want to make me a perception check.
Give me that right. Goodness, that's going in jail. That's another. That's fine. That's 10 in total.
With a 5 and a 10, the sun is blinding in your eyes. The sand whipping up and kicking into it. You're like, sand in the eyes. What did you get?
8.
Yeah, same for you. It's desert. It's just
Walk away from the sun?
desert.
I suppose so, yes. If I was looking towards the sun direction,
Yes.
would I also be looking into the wind buffeting into my face?
It seems like it.
Well, either we walk sun ways or wind ways. Which way?
Away.
Windant. I propose that way. I'm going to write book. Away from the wind.
Okay, so you turn away from the sun and you start walking. Your steps are heavy as you are finding it difficult to traverse this ever-shifting sand. It seems to move and shift between your feet. Go on.
What did you find? What I think it's rather fun.
The world seems flat, barren, empty. Sun finally sets. Night sky, clear and crisp, appears before you. In the sky, all the constellations are visible. The moon itself is waxing above you, slowly bathing you in its moon. Does anyone want to make a survival check that might be able to navigate
I'll
Please,
try as
someone.
well. But
21.
With a 21, you look up at the skies, being an explorer of the world, a ranger such as you, knowing the constellations of the Menagerie Coast. You do not recognize a single one. You do, however, just see the tail end of what you think might be the constellation Orion.
where does that be normal?
That would normally be to the far east of the Menagerie Coast, near the Dardarian Empire border.
We're a long way. Without my book, we're all here. We fell asleep. We all.
You just notice you three. You don't see anywhere.
Really here? Well, this seems rather improbable. If we were genuinely transported, I assume one would be transported to the holding.
If
Including
we
ones
use
with the
spell
backpack.
the green, right, we're not have to do it ourselves. I think we could cast an infinitely to go to green.
Even
You'll take that bet you wish.
I don't have very many.
so, your mage armor.
Okay.
You're feeling parched and drained, hungry. And you all notice coming towards you from the direction that you are traveling 4 figures. They seem to be of average build, from what you can tell from this distance. But you're unsure of what they are as of yet. Their silhouettes masked by the night. What do you do?
Hide in a hole, run away, or greet from his friends. I think they're hide. Okay, we'll just, well, I can hide behind you, but we don't die. Run away or greet from his friends. We haven't gone very long. Hello, friends!
Oh,
As you shout out to them, they stop. Start running.
Very cute.
As they get closer and closer, you notice that they seem to be some kind of reptilian humanoid. They seem to be almost draconic in nature, wielding what seems to be rather crude clubs or sticks. And about 100 feet away, because of your abilities to see in the dark, you notice that they're each carrying in their offhand a lantern glowing, showing their various figure. And you see 4 yellow kobolds charging straight for you. Roll me your attack, please.
9.
Your attack goes wide, skimming past one of the kobolds' ears. You hear as they're within 30 feet. Roll for initiative.
Okay.
11. No, 9.
21!
Hang on.
Oh,
Hang on.
21. Sorry, need to do that thing. 23.
Hang on.
I read the wrong letter of efficiency, not my initiative. Yeah.
Right. From left to right. Odie, what did you get?
25.
Odie, 25. Sigismund.
9.
9? Miley.
23.
You've got some really good initiative there, guys.
That was fun.
Really good initiative. Well, some of you. So, Odie, your reactions are super fast. Reacting to the fact that these kobolds, these 4 kobolds, are charging towards you. Clubs raised, screaming at the top of their lungs.
Hostile. Okay. I'm going to run out. And I'm going to run towards one of the people in the sword.
Okay, they are 30 feet away from you.
I'll wait till one of them comes straight.
So you move 25 feet forward. You
10 feet.
move 10 feet forward. Take a guard position. Sword raised to protect yourself and swing at any adversary that comes near you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Marley.
I'm going to move 20 feet in the opposite direction.
Marley is moving 20 feet off the map.
Then she's going to get there and
Roll to hit. Let's see if you can dink.
a 13.
A 13 just hits. Which kobold are you hitting? The first, the second, the third, or the fourth? The first. How much damage do you do?
Oh, 2.
Whole 2. They're very, very unhappy as your arrow flies from your bow, hooks them into the shoulder. You hear a massive "Ah!" That same kobold that you just hit charges forward, coming towards you. Odie, roll your attack that you were holding for just such an occasion.
23.
A 23 does indeed hit.
That's only now 20.
4. They're definitely not looking good. Blood is starting to pour out from them. Blood is starting to pour from them. They do not seem to be well. And with their last sort of effort and breath, they make a swing at you, Odie, for a brutal, a massive, and a huge 14.
No.
And miss. They swing and a miss. Second kobold, seeing the agonies of their comrade, charges to help them in their hour of need towards you, Odie, takes a swing with this club that they have for a dirty 20. And they give you 7 bludgeoning damage.
You're good. I'm doing great.
The third kobold takes a flanking position, moving round towards you, Sigamon, coming straight for you, wielding its club, squealing at the top of its lungs.
Are we back up to full health based on the damage we were when we went into the tree? Oh, we don't know.
For a 13.
Yes, that hit.
For 3 damage.
Are we on the hit points are full? As if
You
we're
seem to
rested?
be standing after that 3 damage.
I would be either way. But I
You
don't
take the
know.
damage, bro.
Okay. But I don't
Go
want
down
to
3.
You'll find out. You have
Oh,
not had a long
I have
rest.
to roll to wrap.
You do indeed have to roll to rats.
I thought I need to roll to wrap. Is it a con what?
Con save.
Con save. Hi, Zmog. Thanks for joining.
15.
You are fine. You are managing to control yourself and not touch. You feel it start to build up after you've been bonked with that stick. But you're like, no, I've got this.
More use of that. I'll be honest.
Sigismund.
Okay. Actually, that might be. But really, I'm gonna swim my mage hand.
Okay.
Use the mage hand to pick up some sand.
Okay.
Throw it in his eyes.
Okay, make me a dex check, please.
13.
13 would make it. Sam.
Use my movement, try and run away, but I'm gonna zigzag so that he can't try and hit me again. I'm not gonna go in a straight line, but I'm gonna try.
They can't really see you, so yeah. They will try and swing out at you, but it will be a disadvantage because they can't see you. That's a natural 20. And that's a natural 1. I mean, that's a nat 1. So yeah, after your clever blinding tactics, so they'll be blinded until the start of their next round.
But the distance opening now.
Yeah,
Right.
you're aware.
I've got my mage hand skills. I can just keep throwing sand.
The
How
fourth
long's
kobold.
How long's the mage hand last for?
It's concentration.
Oh, okay.
But it can be different places.
Okay, I'll keep it.
The fourth kobold runs to its ally that seems to be blinded and is like trying to get the sand out of their eyes. Seems to pull out a water skin from somewhere and starts doing the whole rinsing action. Back to the top of the round, Odie.
Whoa!
You have 2 kobolds ahead of you. One doesn't look very, 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 very well, and the other one seems to be perfectly fine.
I'm happy man.
Right ahead.
It's a little soft break. Oh, lovely. That would be 24 to hit.
Lovely. They're on 1 HP.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. Even if you got a 1. You thrust forward with your sword to the one that had assaulted you earlier and that had already taken damage from you and Marley, and you fell them to the floor. Their companion is not looking good or happy. Mally, you're up.
How happy guy, fancy guy, and blindy guy.
That's right.
There's no happy guy.
Cool, roll me to hit.
It was 18.
An 18 does indeed hit. What is your damage?
8.
A massive 8 damage, and with one fell swoop from your arrow, fly straight, piercing the skull. Mr. Happy Man is no longer moving. The third kobold is now unblinded, looking around to see where you have gone. Sees Odie, sees you, sees Marley, but is going to go towards Odie and goes to swing at you with their club for a 10.
Duck now.
Excellent. You duck out the way of the club. Sigismund.
Okay, so there's 2 of them. And
2
one
left.
is-
One's just tried to Odie, but has missed frantically and miraculously.
Okay. I'm going to say again. Are either of them within 30 feet? 30 feet of me?
Yes, one is within 30
right
feet.
Space.
Okay, dex check to see if you can get which one are you going? The one attacking Odie or the one that's
The
which-
one that's attacking Odie.
cool?
11.
That one doesn't
Oh,
seem
no.
to miss. The sand just seems to
Okay.
slip through the mage hand.
Okay, I'm gonna get some more distance again.
Cool.
Keep moving.
The
Oh,
kobold
right,
that has helped wash out the eyes of his companion dashes towards you and is now within melee range.
Oh goodness. I just think it's so good for the light.
Odie!
Hi! Oh, yeah. Been hit with a sword.
Hit with sword!
I'm a
Classic.
great bard. I'm a hardling!
That's 2 natural ones,
That's a
ladies and
7.
gentlemen. Good. 2!
I think I'd rather it was an natural one, to be completely honest with you. That's 12 to hit.
A 12 just misses.
Oh.
Just misses. Mally!
How close is... Oh, no, one's far away from Odie. How close is the other one?
The other one is literally in Sigmund's face.
How far is that?
How far is Sigmund's from you? About 15 feet. So you have 2 kobolds.
Very true.
Okay. This guy's gonna get me.
Okay, roll. La, 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 la.
Natural 20.
Double the dice for the
Doing
damage.
so good with those today.
One. One. You're going to fail.
Was that 2 ones?
Yes.
On your critical.
Mm.
Five dice.
Oh, what's the total of that? You still kill it.
There's 2 ones. So
You still kill it with a 12.
it's 2.
What's your bonus to your attack modifier? Because you know, it's more than 2 damage.
That bonus is
Oh, you haven't written them in. For your longbow, it could be 4.
that's one.
Your more.
Well, yeah.
3 and daggers.
And I was writing this now as well.
Yes.
Agreed.
6. So you don't quite kill that one, but they're very, 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 very injured.
I'm still in Dracula.
Right. The kobold that's in your face, Odie, will try and whack you with its wacky stick. 9.
No.
Sigismund! You have a kobold screaming in your face.
Let's stab him.
Roll to stab! The dagger.
15.
15 will hit. How much dagger damage do you dagger do?
D4 plus dex, right? So my dex is 3, but my dex is -1 plus 2.
2. They're not happy. They're not happy that you just stabbed them.
I'd imagine not.
The one that you just stabbed
Very sorry.
is going to bonk you
Please don't.
with their bonky stick.
Please don't.
9.
No.
So they miss with their bonky stick. Odie!
Hi! They hit with the sword.
Sword away!
Isn't the sword basically just like a skewer?
That'll be. Yeah, no, that's 11.
11 misses, I'm afraid.
That's right.
Molly!
This is going down. 22.
Yeah, that hits. That hits. That hits.
8.
That is a kobold kebab on the end of an arrow. There's one kobold left, screaming in your face. And guess what, Sigmund? You get to act before it does.
I'm gonna stab him again.
Roll to stab.
3.
A 3 misses. The kobold, infuriated by the deaths of their companions, lets out a mighty scream as they seem to rage.
How about me?
Natural 1. Natural 1. Odin.
Hi! Wait, something hitting your mouth.
It's not currently within your range. It's 30 feet away, but you can most certainly walk towards it and try and hit it with your sword from over 5 feet.
If I go 25 feet, am I then in the 5-foot range?
No. I mean, you could always use the tried and trusted method of throw sword.
I would like go to a point where I'm between it and whoever. That's
Yeah,
distance.
between you and Marley, yeah.
And so as soon as it begins to make a chance, hopefully.
Okay. So you're going to move towards it, between you and Marley, and take up a defensive position with your sword to smite it if it comes close to you.
Yes.
Excellent.
Smite its knees.
Marley!
I'd like to introduce this again.
Go on. Is that a natural 20?
Yes!
Oh my god! Natural 20! Double the dice damage!
That's a good dice. Don't get one for them.
Better one.
Makes it 9.
9. A 9. Normally, a 9 would be enough to finish this kobold off as your arrow flies it straight in the chest. It seems to still live.
You do this.
Sigismund.
Good try to stop it again.
Roll to stop.
7.
No. The 7 does not hit. The kobold, in its last desperate, gasping breaths, lifts its club above its head, goes to swing at you, and completely misses. The club hitting the sand by you. Oh dear.
Hello! Is it close enough we hit it with the sword yet?
If you move closer to it,
Bottoms, yeah, I'm going to do that one.
fine, you may now swing your sword.
Right, it's me. This one kobold.
Natural one!
Not being able to-
Halfling.
That's going to be 15.
A 15 hits.
Thank you. A 10.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, very confident.
So you're like, I'm sorry. Then, Dinika! As it lies there, staring at you. And that is combat over. There are 4 yellow kobold bodies.
One of them probably. I go in search of the body, particularly for this.
Okay.
But anything else will be fine.
Survival check!
9.
At advantage because Marley is helping.
9. I did see one of them specifically have moved. I know which one has moved.
Let me have a look.
9. With a 9. You can't seem to even find the water skin. It's like, where's it? The body of the kobold now on the sort of golden sand, even in the moonlight, seems to just blend in ever so nicely.
Oh, look.
Your health.
Okay.
That's how you're able to get a double 9s.
So hopefully, they must have come from somewhere. They never know how long kobolds can go without food or water.
Do I?
That would be a nature check.
19.
19. So you know that these are desert kobolds, also known as golden kobolds. These are particularly evolved to live in the harsh climates of the desert. They can go up to 6 months without water.
You said you saw one had water.
One of them definitely has a water skin. I just can't find it.
They must have filled it up at some point.
Survival check, please, to
Why
see if
don't
you
you
can get
have a look
arrows.
at the water skin?
I'm going to have a look for the water skin.
Survival check, please.
21.
You've managed to recover all your arrows.
Survival is here. 19.
A 19. You do indeed find the water skin on a different kobold.
Is water skin?
You also find on that same kobold their wacky stick, which is basically a club, but to you would be a great club because of its size and weight, comparable to your body. And a strange necklace. Seems to be silver. And inside that necklace seems to be a green gem in the shape of a triangle pointing down.
pretty. I don't think it's magical. Kobold has it. There's just very strong thing.
Like, I'll kind of check it just to check it's not a magical thing.
You can most certainly try.
18.
An 18. An 18. You're sort of looking at it. The symbol does seem to have some sort of meaning in Arcana. Some sort of arcane symbolism to it. I'll find out what it is. It seems to represent the divinity school of magic. You can most certainly take it.
Absolutely not. I put it in my hand.
Oh.
I found this on the kobold.
So
I wanted
I
to
think
start
it's
something.
on the big kobold.
No, let's pick up
May
the
I?
Have a look at that.
I think I'm sorry.
Anyone want an eyeball?
Oh, I'm okay, thank you. There's an issue stuff.
That'd be another survival check if you wanted to actually do that, by the way.
What?
If you wanted to take the eyeball out of a kobold, that'd be another survival check.
Okay.
Will you give it back? I'm very interested in it.
For its purposes or
Yeah, then-
time.
For its purposes.
You're not
Okay.
able to get the
Can I find out
eyeball.
what it is first?
Yeah, 9.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Sure, but if it's too exciting, you can't just leave. And that's try and hold it above my head. I will call you a racist.
Okay. I'm gonna fit in. I'm assuming that's got pockets, right?
You have your clothing on and your armor.
I'm gonna say I've got pockets. I can't wear armor, so yeah, I'm gonna put it in a pocket because I'm gonna say I've got pockets.
Cool. Cool. What do you do now? You have that and your interesting stuff.
We have. Is it? Are we saying this is a dream? It is a dream. Or has to be devastated.
If it is a dream, it hurts a lot.
Yes, you felt every impact.
How much do you trust the not bear?
Oh, no, I've been here for a long time.
That doesn't equate to that.
But I've shot before when I was a bear. I'm kind of glad. I'm not be a bear. We were good friends. I've known for years. It seems like a while,
I
but
still don't 100% trust what you said earlier. But
sometimes I rap like used to be there for a bit. It's over now. I don't think we are really. Why are we all?
for now, there's a chance that we die here. So we should treat it as if it's
What
real.
happens
I
if you
know
go
the
to
pop off. I've clothed with pockets.
I wish.
What happens if we go to sleep in the dream?
Yeah.
We go somewhere else. Best Sandy.
I think because of what it is.
You don't know it's a dream. It seems extremely real.
I think I'm still paranoid that it is a dream. Though.
If we assume it's a dream, if we assume it's real and it's a dream, what's the worst that can happen? We survive.
Maybe air perception.
If we assume it's real, if we assume it's a dream and it's real, and we get injured or die, then we're dead. So we might as well assume it's real. Otherwise,
You see something, but you're not sure what it is.
If it is real, it's far worse than it is real. If it's just a weird dream, we'll see weird dreams. Oh yes. What would it be?
There's something in the distance. It doesn't seem to be moving.
Can I try and make out what it is?
be where the kobolds live or come from.
Perception check. Even with light, you can tell it's a stationary object of some kind.
Oh, we could have a look, I suppose. The only thing we can see out here.
Yeah. Well, this could be where the kobolds come from. So, absolutely, we should go.
Have the kobolds got any? They haven't got like any sort of like. So you know, just got scales or
We've got a
something.
stick.
They don't seem to be wearing any armor, no. It just seems to
They've
be
got
their
their
natural hide in their natural glory.
That would make sense.
Take the hide and use it. I
I'm
don't even
thinking
know
that,
how
but
that
it
works.
Cut it off, but it was
Oh
quite
gosh, no,
gory.
no, I don't touch that.
No.
Disgusting. You can touch it.
That one's a tail.
Oh gosh, I don't want to look at.
We should just go to
Yeah.
another look.
Yeah, so come back teaching.
Do you think we should?
Okay, so if you want to bear them, that is a strength check to see if you're able to shift the shifting sands into a place to dig them.
I would have
15?
to-
Ding.
Okay, right.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's just 15.
So with a 15, you do seem to make some progress, but it's very, very difficult. You're managing to just dig in, some the sand just keeps pouring in and pouring in. You manage to dig a hole about 5 foot down. So you make decent progress, but you're absolutely exhausted. But you are now at half movement. All your checks, your attacks, and your saving throws are at disadvantage.
Oh, right. Put them in there.
At the end of the great hall is like.
You're not. It's not big enough to actually put a body in. Okay, yes, have a strength check to see if you can squidge it.
Oh no, gosh no.
No, you
That's
can't. You can't seem to shift the body of this golden kobold any closer to the small hole that it was definitely not going to fit in.
We could put his head in there.
Or we could stick his head in there, we could chop it out into tiny pieces, throw it across the continent, but to be honest, we could just do this.
How is the man stick it?
Fucking posture.
Strength check to see if you can shift the body into the hole and stuff his head in there.
17.
Yeah. So you watch as it crosses the sands and ships its head into the hole you made.
That's pretty good, yeah, now at least no one will know who it is. Brilliant.
That'll be confused.
They will be confused. That's why still a lot of them trying to work out why it's they want to be that. It's our horse with us. We'll say that's like
Mm-hmm. It is just you three. You don't.
the horse with us.
As I say, it's just Ollie, Sigismund, and Marley. No sign of anywhere.
Again.
Perfect. And a couple, yes.
You have 4 dead kobold bodies, one of which now has its head buried in the sand. And you have some sort of thing off in the distance.
Almost like he's wearing the whole world's. We should go to the thing. Yes, go to the thing. Should we sleep first, just in case it's a murder thing, or is it more
Oh,
likely to
that
be murder
sounds-
thing here? Should we take watches? Sorry.
Okay, can everyone make me a Constitution saving throw?
7.
Remember your disadvantage, Sigismund.
19. Can I
6! You don't think I can get worse?
use Bardic Inspiration for Sigmund before you tell him what to do?
Can. So, what did you
Wait,
get,
I add
Marley?
that on.
You add D6.
15. What did you get?
19.
19 and Sigismund, you're unable to sleep. You are unable to get any rest.
I'm still life flat on the floor.
You now take points of damage.
Okay.
Marley and
Do I
Owen,
have to
you take a point of damage.
do I have to roll the rat?
This is
Because I'm taking damage.
this is psychological damage.
Do I have to roll to rat?
Bludgeoning.
Any damage I have to roll to
Oh,
rat.
for goodness sake.
Normally.
Feel that you get to that place that you would normally be able to sleep wide awake, but you don't feel exhausted and you don't feel unwell or anything. Make me a perception check.
Do I know how long they were asleep for?
They don't seem to fall asleep to you.
20.
The direction of that thing. You can't tell though if it's natural.
Okay. So, evidence is pointing towards green.
Mommy's gonna
And
try and
see,
teach you
I
that.
did. So, well, I slept.
You have
But
sand in
didn't.
your mouth. It tastes like sand. Congratulations.
Just
I wanted to try and shoot the sun.
what I found.
Oh, shoot the sand. I thought it said eat sand. Oh. So you take an arrow in your bow. You aim towards that light, which you're not sure is the sun or not. You let it loose, and you watch it to the maximum length of the bow, and you can't find it anymore. You've permanently lost that arrow.
I didn't see either. I didn't see. You're saying stuff.
Yes, well, I could arrest it.
I don't think this is it.
No. There's a chance to be. And if it's not real, then either we'll just wake up and wake up.
Did you think
our
you
bodies.
slept? You didn't.
No, but I did. So, but I didn't. Either we'll be woken up when we wake up, we'll be fine, or we will,
Obviously, die in a dream.
or we'll die and that wakes us up, or we just have to find a thing and solve a riddle and get out of the place and that wakes us up, or we have to wait for your friend to decide that we deserve to be woken up because they're actually suddenly now.
She said
How can we prove
12
that
to
was
24
actually your
hours.
friend? How can we prove that was actually your friend? That could be
Let's not
a
think
bear
about
who
what
wants
we
to
should
murder
have
us.
done. Okay? We
Well,
didn't
we're
do
learning
it.
things, and I don't have my book to write down the lesson. So now we don't have to learn them all over again.
12 to 20. How many hours has it been so far?
You're not
Three.
sure.
Oh,
Well, the sun was up,
It was sunset. The sun has set.
so
But
we're
it's
assuming
also a dream.
12 hours if we're going by standard time.
You don't know it's the sun coming up. It's just a strange light.
But also, so the time here, we could be here for years before we wake up.
Could be like Narnia. I don't know what that is. Is that
What is
drug?
this Narnia?
Are you on drugs?
Molly,
Can I have a
We need to
Yeah.
take
can I have a
you
drug check from Sigismund, please?
yeah, what did I roll?
Just roll me a d20 at disadvantage.
10? Oh, no, that's okay, at a disadvantage. 2?
Yeah, Ollie.
Green. You definitely saw colours.
Stop just eating things. Just eat pills and things on the floor. You are going to get yourself funny. I know very little about the people within your body. Not good.
I'm not just eating things. I don't like sound.
This is true.
Shut the sun.
Did
And you're worried, hi, Monday.
did it break through the blanket?
I think the short was the thing.
I think what was the thing is that on the sand.
Am I still at half speed?
Yes.
I'm going to very slowly.
Would you like some water?
Yes.
Take a very, very big glug. Don't just sip, okay? Big glug.
Of what?
The water. Here we go.
Oh, we have a water skin.
But don't finish it. Big glug, otherwise you end up with little
Okay.
feet.
You put your lips to this water skin. Take a glug. It can be a Constitution saving throw. Turns out to be alcohol.
That's a 6.
Remember your disadvantage.
Okay, well that was dirty 20. So it's
a
a
6. With a 6, you are very, very tipsy. You're swaying. You've got double vision. Start to feel giggly. It turned out to be 70% vodka.
Why were they washing sand up? They must have
You just see them getting drunk. Odie, you just see them getting drunk on what you believe to be water.
Hello?
No.
No.
I'm gonna hand
Oh
it
my
to Molly.
goodness, no.
Constitution save!
Why was he
Doesn't
washing his
smell.
eyes out?
Constitution save!
Why was he washing his eyes out with vodka?
I think they just hate each other.
Oh god, Maddie is drunk as well.
So what do you roll?
4.
So you watch as Mally, with this water skin, takes it to her nose and does it. And with that big sip, she starts going.
Can I have some? I'm too good at the sand.
I'm gonna
Okay.
grab what
No.
I can. And
Sand. I'm so much shorter than you. Can you reach down?
I'm gonna dive onto the floor.
It's going
It's-
onto
it's-
itself.
I still think it's water. I want to drink it. I'm gonna get what I can drink it from my hand.
Make me another constitution saving throw.
14.
At disadvantage because
That was. Oh, it was. Wait, what was it last time? 16. So, because that was an 18. This one's a dirty 20, so it's 16.
so with a 16, you're not getting any worse.
Right, water. We
It's not water. How many fingers am I holding up?
Deception check at disadvantage.
The funny stuff is the adults
right,
do.
I'll say that's an 18 at disadvantage. 6.
You see double the amount of fingers that Ollie is holding up.
Oh, even ever. Right.
Very, very
So we
strong.
managed
Yeah,
to
this one I'm
defeat
lying on
4
the
drunk
ground.
kobolds in a fight. Just.
At this point, I think I'm lying on the sand anyway, so I'm just gonna stay down here,
Oh,
face
So-
down on the sand.
As you're there, that light starts changing colour from the white that it was to an offset green and pus. The sand underneath you starts to shiver and shake and twist and turn, and you feel it roll underneath you. So almost as if you're in a ball and it's all sticky and rotting. Smells of corpses, of decay, rise from it. The occasional sprig of grass pokes its way out like a skeletal hand, reaching up towards the surface. You look around, left and right, dead trees hanging like rotting corpses on the side. And in front of you now seems to be a giant pillar of skulls, of vials, of corpses, of flies and maggots and worms.
I'm
Can everybody,
the only one who sees it.
can everybody make a Constitution saving throw?
It's still with the smell.
It is.
18.
15.
18, you're fine. 6. With a 6, you're violently sick.
Every night.
Smell, rotten, disgusting smell of literally every vile thing you can possibly imagine assaults your senses. Somehow, even in your drunken stupor and your exhausted Sigmund, you manage to fight it off. Ollie, even though it's the worst thing you've ever smelled, they're like, ah, ah.
Absolutely awful. Okay. Ew.
That's what they put in this stuff.
Exactly. This is why I should never drink. Drink. No, of course not. Because, weirdly enough, I think there are better times to have a pizza
I just
than in the
wanted
middle of the
some
desert.
water.
Wasn't water, was it?
I don't know.
How many fingers did you think I was holding up? All of them, right?
You
Fine.
do have.
You're seeing 3 Ollies, by the way, at the moment.
We're all
Oh,
telling
there's-
you off.
There's more people.
We're all telling you
More
off.
tiny people.
Very racist. They're all drunk. Okay.
They're angry.
Can somebody make me a perception check,
Yes,
please?
no! Get your hands up your
Yes.
dice. You drunk it.
Yes.
19.
With a 19. As you're staring at this weird, mutated, rotting pillar, see what looks like a door made of bone, of rotting wood, of corrupted metal of laid flesh.
I mean, I also rolled and got 18.
There's this door, this pyramid, the stench is
Do I
getting
also see the
worse.
door?
There seems to be now some mist of vile greenness starting to snake its way around your legs,
Oh, you know, we can
lapping at your feet,
Do I?
moving its way slowly up your body. You feel
I
as
see the
if
door.
things are starting to creep and crawl on your legs.
right to the door. We came in through a tree door, maybe we'll go out through a body door. There's a door in the thing, let's go.
Through the
You
door.
open the door. And before you seems to be a hallway. A carpet is laid before you, red in colour. Seems to be wet and dripping, like some form of moist covering. The room itself seems to have stone pillars, moss and lichen, ivy in various forms of head attached to it. The stone itself seems to be crumbling, and before you is a large, empty throne with a cauldron before it, bubbling and spewing noxious gases. And from somewhere in this vast crevasse, you hear, my children have come home.
What happened?
My daddy.
And with those words, your vision shifts and fades. Your eyes flutter. The colours assault your senses. You can smell, taste, touch everything, nothing. You hear squeals, squeals, shrieks, sounds, and you wake up. The tree. Your body's riddled with sweat. Your entire being exhausted, shattered, no longer ill. You were covered in whatever look you were covered in. You're covered in dirt on the floor. And before you stands the form of Flamidius, that 10-foot tall, snowy owlbear. So, have thou recovered from thou illness?
The video's good, but
I
nice.
need to recover from the recovery.
Yes, it is very difficult to recover from such a vile poison.
You didn't want to tell us the extent to which cure would affect us.
I was not the one that gave you the cure. That was Castor.
What's going on there? I'm not quite sure. She
Cursed?
shares your body now.
Yes, cursed. We got cursed this way. It is an annoyance that I have to sometimes be in that body.
I mean, you managed to get your doors a little bit easier, I suppose.
That's true.
I don't use doors.
Or camouflage yourself against various red.
It means you get really hungry for a small body.
I
You
don't
get a
think
small
we
amount of
need to
food. And you're not hungry anymore. And then when you grow again, there's
Most
Thank
welcome.
you, Flamidius.
Marley. Now, you all seem very, very tired. I suggest you stay here for the remainder of this evening and leave in the morrow.
How long was
1 week.
We got brown. There was a funny dog, and then there was a
these visions that for your they relate to kind of thing, they extend either relation stuff, brains reaching out.
I am a king of owlbears. Arcane knowledge of that majestus is hard to come by.
Can we get past the back? Just for like 10 minutes. I got you.
It doesn't work that way.
So, will you let us know when?
If that happens, then they will speak to you.
Thank you very much.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm awfully hungry. And I believe there's some food outside.
You know, there's no horse.
The horse.
Is the horse? The horse is still there.
Is our horse still there?
The horse went ages ago. I didn't eat it, it just left.
Could you call the horse back? That's how we got into the whole mess.
I will find the horse for you on my hunting trip. I shall return with sustenance. And this giant, 10-foot tall owlbear leaves. You see it leave through the mirage barrier in front of its den.
how big is your bed?
It's bigger than you.
How deep?
It's bigger than you.
It just snuggles in and disappears.
If there's anything else that's soft, I'm just gonna like add it to the pile and see if we can get a whole mountain of it.
There is like a mountain of owlbear feathers.
More. All of them off, like anything clean, add it, full
Cool.
pile.
Cool. So, are you guys going to take this opportunity to have a rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Mum's
so
in
much.
the bed, freezing to
So
death.
you all have.
I'm gonna take a watch. Just having quite.
I'm gonna literally fall straight onto the pile of feathers and this.
Nothing happens throughout your watch. And you all have a long rest. And with that, we might have a food break. Can I have some food, please, from the Sylveon? Sylveon, if you'd like to go get some food, I will catch up with the chat. So, I need to search up
Can we see your
actual cannibal share, whatever that
Oh,
word
not
is,
that
not
kind of
Velva.
song. Not. Wait, actual cannibal. But the song. It's a song.
Not alcohol, anything but that. Yes, alcohol. In alcohol. It was 80%. It was 80% pure. How do they get more drunk? They just do. No, it's the home of Tharmidius, the king of the owlbears. A 10-foot tall, massive, huge owlbear that has somehow now been cursed with sharing its being and body with the female red dragonborn druid Castor.
Here you go.
Thank you. What the?
I thought it was dead. You asked me to write them out for you, so I did.
Ah! The horsey, the little dragon one. We don't know what it's called yet.
It's called Garfield.
Garfield. Does it not like Mondays?
Hopefully.
We weren't aware that Albert had monarchy. Neither did most people. Neither did most people.
I think only the
Yes,
Albert
they do
King
now.
knows that.
So, this is a very sacred dish passed down for generations through the family of the Cat and Beckett's. We like to call it thrown together pasta.
I do that.
Yeah.
Whatever, like, half of a vegetable you've got left in the fridge, just put all of them in there. Like, that's why I did the D&T one.
Though, we did have a moment where we were like, is pasta vegan?
We
Because
live off of pasta. So.
reasons of insanity. We'll find that out, Hogfather.
Oh, much the question was now.
We may find that out. We may or may not. We do not know. Do not know.
I mean, we've not actually seen anyone else of the kingdom, so he could be like, "Oh yes, I am the king." And he's literally a king of like no one.
That's what I reckon. Yeah, but
John? Go.
Oh yeah, you're being fed, John. Being fed. Anyway, with that long rest and this lunch, we are going to actually wrap things up for today. So, thank you everyone for joining. It's absolutely been a pleasure. So it's bye from me. It's bye from
hello, bye from Ray.
and
Nova.
and
Sylveon.
and until the next one. This is DCB. Knowledge is power if we use it wisely. Thanks for watching.
And I just drop everything.